Sky lanterns are believed to be the invention of renowned military strategist Zhu Liang, 181 to 234 AD, who was also known as Kongming. However, the original purpose of the sky lanterns was a bit more grim, as Kongming used them to send messages requesting for help while he was surrounded by enemy troops. This is why sky lanterns are still called Kongming lanterns, Kongming Deng, in China. It is also believed that sky lanterns are named after Kongming because the shape of the lanterns resemble his hat. Buddhist monks were the ones who popularized sky lanterns. Buddhist monks eventually incorporated sky lanterns into their ritual of worshipping the Buddha. The public soon adopted this practice and began releasing sky lanterns as a way of giving thanks for the peace and prosperity during the Tang dynasty, 618 to 907 AD. This practice eventually became known as the Lantern Festival, Yuan Xiao Jie, in modern-day China, which is celebrated on the 15th day of the first lunar month. The festival is meant to honor the dead as well as promote peace and forgiveness. Sky lanterns are also commonly flown during the Mid-Autumn Festival, which takes place on the 15th day of the 8th lunar month. In Chinese culture, everything from the shape to the color of the sky lantern matters, but they generally symbolize hope for a better future, which is why people commonly make wishes before releasing a sky lantern. Sky lanterns also symbolize the act of letting go of your past self and becoming a new person, which is why they're usually flown during the first month of the year. The most common type of lantern is the hanging lantern, which are the round and red ones that you've probably seen everywhere. These lanterns are believed to bring good luck and are typically hung during the Spring Festival, but you'll likely see them being used as decorations all year round. The sky lantern is less common compared to the hanging lantern, but you've probably flown them in popular tourist destinations in China and Taiwan, or you've seen them in movies and TV shows. And then there are the floating lanterns, which are similar to sky lanterns, except they float on water. They're used during the Dragon Boat Festival, and they're also known to create mesmerizing effects on the surface of the water. Sky lanterns work like hot air balloons. For those of you who are curious about the physics behind sky lanterns, they're basically mini hot air balloons. They're typically made with oiled rice paper and a bamboo frame, with a candle or a source of heat in the middle. The candle releases hot air into the cavity of the lantern, which decreases its density and allows it to float. The bamboo frame keeps the candle from touching the paper, but sky lanterns could potentially become a fire hazard when a strong wind blows on the flame towards the paper and causes it to ignite. Thailand, Japan, and India all have their own versions of the Lantern Festival, which are called Yipeng Festival, Kamihinokanai Paper Balloon Festival, and Diwali respectively. In addition, sky lanterns have become increasingly popular in Western countries, although they are usually not part of any ritual or tradition and are used during weddings, birthdays, and other celebrations for aesthetics purposes. In recent years, sky lanterns have become a spectacle and a must-have during parties, festivities, and special occasions. But due to rising incidents of fire brought about by stray lanterns, the use of it has caused alarm among many, with some countries going as far as banning it completely. Here in the Philippines, once in a while, one can see small patches of moving lights in the night sky. More alarmingly, some are using it in places where they shouldn't be, in cramped urban spaces, where there is a huge chance that they will get entangled in electric wires, trees, and even invade buildings and houses and cause fires. It is widely accepted that sky lanterns were first used in ancient China during the 3rd century BC. Myth says that military strategist Zhu Liang, also known as Kongming, found himself surrounded by troops and trapped by Sima Yi in Pingyang. Thinking on his feet, Kongming lit a candle under a rice paper bag and using bamboo attached both the candle and a note which asked for help from nearby friendly forces. This early type of hot air balloon, used for military signaling, became known as a Kongming lantern. Hot air, which is lighter than cold air, caused the Kongming lantern to gracefully rise, and luckily for Zhu Liang his note was found and ultimately won him his freedom. With the fantastic success of this first sky lantern, the device became widely used during conflict and were lit to signal the whereabouts of enemies, whilst differently colored lanterns were seen as a signal for help. The greatest use of these lanterns, however, was the ability to transport messages and, dependent on wind direction, many transcripts were carried back and forth, often warning of impending danger. Interestingly, it is thought that many reported UFO sightings are actually encounters of sky lanterns, and as they can vary hugely in size, color and even shape, they can often present a very interesting, and seldom seen, sight. It is also worth noting that these early lanterns actually led to the creation of full-sized hot air balloons. Initially, these larger balloons were still used as tactical devices for facilitating communication. However, in 1786 an inventor named Bartolomeu de Gusmão was able to raise himself with the use of an unmanned balloon. In the 1780s the first manned hot air balloons were used and, like the sky lanterns before them, they became used during conflict. The first military use of a hot air balloon happened in 1794 during the Battle of Fleurus, when the French used the balloon Lanter for observation. The sky lantern has changed very little in appearance. However, over the years oiled rice paper has been changed for flame-retardant thin paper shells, whilst, outside of Asia, a metal wire construction will hold the fuel source rather than more traditional bamboo. Sky lanterns, also known as Chinese lanterns, are just starting to gain popularity in the US. However, they are known throughout the world and are used in celebrations in several different countries. Most notably, many Asian cultures find sky lanterns to be particularly significant, as they are said to imply good luck and prosperity. For this reason, they are a popular choice for wedding favors and gifts in many Asian countries. This also has helped them grow in popularity in the United States. Here is a brief history of sky lanterns to give you the full picture. Although sky lanterns may seem like a relatively new invention, they have actually been part of wedding tradition for a very long time. Sky lanterns date back to early times of war when they were used as signaling devices for Chinese troops. They were an ideal choice for this since they fall back to Earth after they've burned for a few minutes. This helps notify friendly troops discreetly and without drawing attention to your position or tactics. When times of peace had finally come, commoners began to use them for other activities. One popular ritual was using them as a means of sending wishes and prayers up towards the heavens in hopes that they would be heard more clearly. They were also viewed as representations of godliness and heavenly bodies. That is what makes them a staple addition to many festivals and celebrations throughout the region. How are they used today? In current times, you can find sky lanterns of various sizes and colors, and varying materials depending on the manufacturer. They range in sizes all the way from very small to very large, making them versatile enough for an festival or celebration. Many celebrations are completely centered on the use of sky lanterns, such as the Yapeng Lantern Festival, which celebrates the 12th moon in the Buddhist calendar. Another common belief is that the longer the sky lantern stays floating in the air, the better luck you will be awarded. It was thought the floating sky lanterns would appease the deities. Thus, it would bring them luck and easing their troubles while keeping away bad spirits. Modern sky lanterns are more predictable, but this wasn't always true. It was also said that when a Buddhist monk was offered a sky lantern, they would receive wisdom and knowledge they could not previously possess. Moreover, the emanating light was thought to be the light guiding people to the path of knowledge and righteousness. Now in America, sky lanterns are mainly used to just be fun. However, it is widely agreed upon that releasing several sky lanterns together as a group brings everyone closer together, and they're likely to enjoy a tranquil and harmonious wedding experience. Hopefully, this article handles most of the questions you have about sky lanterns, including their history and uses. Year of the Dragon. Zodiac. Calendar. 21 facts. Chinese New Year Lantern Festival celebration. Festivities. Lantern Festival. Fifi Ho 5 minutes red. The Chinese New Year holiday comes to its climax with the Yuan Xiao, or Lantern Festival, celebrated on February 24, 2024. Began over 2,000 years ago, the festival has developed many meanings. It celebrates family reunions and society. It features ancient spiritual traditions. Some also call this the true Chinese Valentine's Day. The many activities include moon gazing, lighting lanterns, riddles, lion dances, and eating rice balls. According to the lunar calendar, the festival takes place on January 15th. Dates of past and future lantern festivals using the Gregorian calendar include 2017, February 11th, 2018, February 16th, 2019, February 19th, 2020, February 8th, 2021, February 26th, 2022, February 15th, 2023, February 5th, 2024, February 24th, 2025, February 12th, 2026, March 3rd. Cultural significance of the Lantern Festival. The Spring Festival is a time reserved for families. There is the reunion dinner on New Year's Eve, visits, Bai Nion, to in-laws on the second day and neighbors after that. Stores reopen on the 5th and society basically goes back to normal. Chinese New Year Lantern Festival celebration. In 2008, the Lantern Festival was listed as an intangible cultural heritage element. But on the 15th day of the holiday, everyone, regardless of age or gender, go out onto the streets to celebrate. Though the Lantern Festival symbolizes reunions, more on that later, it's also a time of socializing and freedom. In ancient China, women usually weren't allowed out the house. But on this night, they can stroll freely, lighting lanterns, playing games and interacting with men. The wild and romantic stories are why some say the Lantern Festival is the true Chinese Valentine's Day, rather than Qixi, Qixi. On a more serious side, the Lantern Festival also has religious aspects. It was important in ancient Chinese paganism, and also modern-day Buddhism and ethnic minority cultures. Origins and histories. The general consensus is that the festival began more than 2,000 years ago in the Western Han Dynasty. Emperor Wu, Han Wu Dai, designated this day for worship rituals for Taiyishen, one of the universe's sovereigns.